Okay, here we go. With God's grace, I want to help uncover another lie, another deception, another psyops being played out on humanity, on the people of the world, and on Christians also. There is a so-called famous scientific fact that apes have 98% of the same DNA as humans. And I want you to know that that is actually a lie. That is false information. I don't know if it has been falsified on purpose, starting with the demons and their scientists and the media that the Illuminati own and control, or if this was done on accident, or if this was just covered up. I want to explain to you how the DNA works here. The DNA of a human being, if you were to stretch it out, it would go to the moon and back. I'm talking about the DNA for a single man or woman, just one person. If you were to stretch it out, it would go to the moon and back to Earth 550,000 times. There is no way the human mind can understand how complex God designed the human DNA. So this is what happened. Let me tell you the truth. Scientists took a tiny section of human DNA and compared it to some DNA of the apes and found out that they were about 98% the same. But what about all the rest of the DNA of the human being that is completely different from the apes, and the apes are different from the human beings? You see, what they did is they manipulated the information. They took a microscopically small amount of DNA from human beings, a small amount, compared it to some DNA of the apes and saw that they were very similar, where most of all the rest of the other DNA is separate and different than what the apes have. And this is how a lie starts. This is how atheism grows larger. This is how people start to doubt God. This is how people start to doubt the book of Genesis, all because of a lie, all because this fact has been covered up. These so-called scientists would like you to believe that they took all the DNA from a human and all the DNA from an ape, compared it, and they were 98% the same when nothing could be farther from the truth. They took just a tiny amount. I want to make a video about this. I want God to use me to expose this lie. Amen. I get a little fired up because we've been lied to so badly, not only for decades, but for centuries. We've been lied to about everything. Every little tiny thing has been a lie here on earth. So, as I say goodbye, I want you to know that's how they came up with the whole ape theory, that their DNA is the same as human DNA, 98% the same. They took a microscopically small amount, but if you take all the rest, hundreds of thousands of trips to the moon and back, if you spread out the DNA, then you can see that God did an incredible thing. And by the way, God's animals and mammals and insects are incredible too, and so are the fish. All of them are incredible. The monkeys, the chimpanzees, the apes, the birds in the sky. What God did here is mind-bogglingly amazing here on earth. But that doesn't give the scientists the right to cover up the truth on the whole DNA deception and the whole DNA lie that they have spread for decades now. I don't even know how old this lie is. This lie about the apes and human beings could go back to the 1980s or 1970s. Possibly some of you know. I'm not sure how old this lie is. But I wanted to share with you the facts that is nothing more than a lie, deceptions, twisted facts, and a cover-up. Amen.